She is a manta ray, one of the ocean's most peaceful giants. But the stage beneath her is changing.
Where a living city once breathed, silence is spreading.
When coral disappears, an entire underwater city begins to collapse.
This is the journey of a giant dancer, searching for life in a fading ocean.
Every ocean has its legends, but few move with such quiet beauty.
She sees the ocean not as a battlefield, but as a world of currents, signals, and memory.
With every wing beat, she turns water into motion, and motion into grace.
Beneath her wings, the ocean has written her identity. She is huge, but not heavy, powerful, but not violent.
She feeds by filtering the sea itself, taking only what the currents offer. Across the reef, even her shadow becomes part of the ocean's rhythm. A single movement from her wing can bend the water around her. And like all travelers of the sea, she knows where she must go. Below her lies a city built not of stone, but of living coral.
Every branch is a home, every crevice a shelter, every color a purpose.
To the smallest fish, coral is not decoration, it is protection. Hidden within this city are places where giants come to be cared for. Here, the ocean performs one of its quiet miracles. The smallest workers of the reef help maintain the health of a giant. She offers patience, they offer care. Together, they survive. This is not a random meeting. It is a relationship built over generations.
Without coral, the cleaners have nowhere to hide. Without the cleaners, the giant loses a vital refuge.
For now, the city still lives, and the dancer continues her journey.
In the ocean, survival is often written through cooperation. The giant gives them food. They give her relief. Coral protects the fish. The fish protect the manta. The current connects them all.
A reef is not just a place. It is a living agreement.
Even a creature this large depends on lives almost too small to notice.
Size does not decide importance. Connection does.
Their courage lasts because shelter is always near. The ocean is a network of small exchanges, repeated until they become life itself. If this city weakens, every relationship built upon it begins to tremble. For a moment, everything still works. But the ocean is already sending warnings. The first signs are not loud. They appear as missing colors. A
reef can begin to die while the surface above still looks perfectly calm.
She returns to a place her body remembers, but the welcome is thinner now.
For a giant who cannot speak, absence becomes the message.
The city has not vanished in a day. It is emptying one shelter at a time.
When coral weakens, other life moves in, but it cannot replace what was lost.
She must keep moving. The ocean gives no guarantee that the next refuge will remain. Life and collapse now exist side by side. And so the dancer begins a longer search.
Beyond the reef, the ocean becomes a road with no signs.
She follows currents older than memory, searching for another living station.
Between cities, there are deserts.
Not every reef can offer what she needs.
A station without enough life cannot serve a traveler this large.
So she moves again, carrying the silence of each empty place.
The ocean is still alive, but life is shifting. Along the reef wall, she searches for the signs of a living city. Even giants cannot protect a home that is disappearing.
The farther she travels, the more the ocean feels unfamiliar. At last, she finds another city, but something is terribly wrong.
This was once a city. Now its towers stand empty.
A dancer has returned to a stage where the orchestra has vanished. The ocean does not cry in a voice we can hear. It changes what it reflects.
She waits, but no tiny caretakers come.
Without shelter, the smallest lives cannot remain.
When coral dies, it does not fall at once. It stands as a memory.
Even beauty becomes heavier when there is nowhere left to rest. She does not rage. She only moves through what remains.
A city can fall without fire.
When the city falls, the smallest citizens are the first to lose their homes.
When coral disappears, the ocean loses more than color. It loses a way of living.
For the small ones, an empty reef is an exposed world.
A home is not just a place to sleep. It is the difference between safety and fear.
They drift into the open, where every movement feels uncertain.
The giant is not their enemy, but she cannot rebuild what has been lost.
As shelters shrink, life is forced into smaller and smaller corners. The collapse of coral is not one death. It is thousands of departures.
The ocean is large, but suitable homes are becoming rare.
When the smallest lives vanish, even giants will feel the loss.
Then, in the blue distance, a fragile color returns.
It is not the city she once knew, but it is alive.
Where coral survives, relationships can begin again.
The tiny caretakers return to their work, and the giant allows herself to rest.
Hope is not always vast. Sometimes it is a small patch of color that refuses to fade.
The city may be small, but its connections are still strong. For one more day, the dancer finds a place to continue.
But survival is not the same as safety. This city, too, must be protected.
She returns to the blue, carrying the memory of every reef she has crossed.
A giant may seem free, but even freedom needs a living ocean beneath it.
When coral disappears, the ocean does not simply lose beauty. It loses shelter, balance, and memory.
The fate of the smallest fish and the largest wings are tied together.
As long as the reefs breathe, her dance can continue.
But if the cities below collapse, even the great dancers will have nowhere to return.
Protect the coral, and we protect the life that depends on it. Protect the ocean, and the dance goes on.